listen to that. I don't know. I don't really listen to that. I don't know. I don't really listen to that Jean Grae shit. She's like, it's like.
What's going on? It's your boy Sermon, the sermonsdomain.com. We're here with the superhero Jean Grae. What's going on with you?
I'm feeling pretty superhero-y.
Okay, so first things first, man. I think the people want to know, how'd you get your superhero powers?
I bought them at a swap meet, and then I returned them because I didn't want the ones that I got. It was Len actually got the defroster. Yes. He bought the power to melt ice cubes.
And takes about an hour.
Yeah, and so yeah, my first powers I kind of don't want to talk about, but yeah, they're just there. They came naturally. I got them from my mom.
Introduce this guy for the people watching that don't know who he is.
This is Stan Lee.
Excelsior!
Another power you have is, like, you're a really great lyricist. So I wanted to ask you, do you believe that, like, being a lyricist is something that you have to be, like, born with, like, the power to do that? Or do you think that any artist with, like, a passion or want to be a lyricist can be a lyricist?
I think everyone has, certain talents. I think there's stuff that you can, if you want to learn to play the violin, I think you should be blessed with some sort of innate talent. And it definitely helps in the training to get better and practice. Yeah, some people are better at it than others. I happen to be the best. Len is second. At rapping. But yeah, I think a lot of it you kind of have to be born with and understand the things that you're good at and the things that you need to work on, and then develop it from there.
So another thing that, like, because you're a lyricist and you have, like, a really fun and silly element to it, like, you're a lyricist, but at the same time you, like, make jokes and have fun with it. Like, why is that something that you sought out to do when you started being a rapper?
No.
I'm just you were born into.
Yeah, I was born into that. That's really my superpower, is kind of being an asshole, and being comfortable with it. And I think that's, I don't see any problem with, infusing your personality into your job and what you do. And I think it's presenting all of me instead of just, deciding to come up with some sort of character. My character is actually me. All the silliness and the seriousness and all of it in one.
So I was having a conversation with a friend on Twitter earlier, and she was saying that, from, like, the days of when you made, like, Love Thirst, like, that era up to, like, Cookies and Coma, she felt that you kind of, like, have, like, a style change in delivery with all that. Do you feel like you've had, like, a change at all?
I change my style on every song. If you're listening to Cookies or Comas, Case Basket doesn't sound like Blame Game, which doesn't sound like I Rock On. So I change for everything, and I never use the same flow twice. And I think just in general, if you're not evolving as an artist, then you're kind of not doing your job. I don't sound like, 1996 baseball. And hopefully in 2012, I'm not going to sound the same as when I'm doing Cake or Death. So it's constantly evolving and finding new things to play with.
So you put out Cookies and Coma back in June, and then you have Cake or Death, which is the album, coming. How did you come up with, like, the title for Cake and Death, and then, Cookies and Coma kind of derived from that?
It's taken from a stand-up bit, and I wanted to do something preceding the album, so I figured that cookies are smaller than cakes, and comas are not exactly death.
A hippie, real talk. I'm not into that.
It originally started out being called Prom Night, and that was a few years ago. And the album, as it changed and evolved, as I was going through a lot of, personal issues and just life in general, I was like, Prom Night doesn't exactly fit anymore. And I wanted to do it to kind of recreate my actual prom and kind of high school years and be like all the stuff that I didn't get to do. And as life progressed, it turned into Cake or Death. The meaning of it has a lot of layers, like a cake. Did you like it? Thank you. That's right. And yeah, it was taken from stand-up bit.
Really? That's what you got from what I said?
It depends on the day. And what's interesting, I'm not really like a dessert sweet tooth kind of person. Probably cookies.
That's a good choice. I'd pick that too.
Thank you. What kind of cookie?
Chocolate chip for sure.
Chocolate chips? Like a Toll House. regular cookie, or
like a
soft
Mrs.
one.
Fields type.
Mrs.
Yes.
Fields.
On what song? Fucking.
Life in general, and just deciding to be like, I don't have to actually rush to make this happen, and when the songs are right and I know the right songs to do, then it'll be right. And feeling like I wanted to take my time with this project.
Is there any release date yet for it? Cause I remember seeing September, but I don't. It seems kind of close.
We're gonna start dropping stuff from it in September, which is pretty much now. So this upcoming month, and I didn't want to focus on a dense release date. I kind of wanted to trickle music out, because otherwise, if you put an album out today, in a week, people will not remember the album.
Yeah, you want it to be memorable and classic. So, but we'll get it before the end of the year, maybe. Hopefully.
I'll see.
Depends.
When it's grown folks talk.
It's really good. It has a lot of music on it, versus, you know what I'm saying, versus, I guess, quote unquote, underground rap albums. It's pretty dense on the music side, string arrangements and horns and live instruments and such. Features, Bob Dylan, we got him at the last minute, and that was just an amazing thing. And Annie Lennox, I really always wanted to work with her. Oh no, they're not on this album at all. I was thinking about something else, somebody else's album. I was thinking about my iTunes playlist. It's not this album at all.
Is Talib Kweli going to be on the album?
Yes.
J Electronica?
No.
Okay. So you also have a book in the works, and can you tell us about that?
The State of is something I started writing on my... That's actually the theme song that plays when you open the book. So that was nice. I started working on it on my blog and realized that it was something that I really, really wanted to do, and shopped it to a couple of independent publishers about a year ago. And then I was like, okay, let me put this aside for a second and really, really focus on the album. So that'll be... I decided to self-publish through Amazon. So as soon as I can get this album stuff out of the way, I will totally...
So we'll get it after the album?
Yes.
What else can you tell us about the book, like the theme of it? Is it like a biography, or is it just like you being you?
It's short tales of my... Wow. I was wrong. It's short stories of, ridiculosity.
Because I was reading, I didn't want to read all of them because I knew you were about to do a book, so I kind of glanced through chapter 9, and I was seeing stuff about ninjas and all that stuff.
It goes from
situations.
situations.
A ninja.
Thank you. You got to include ninjas. It goes from horrible dates to wanting to be a ninja and telling ridiculous stories on airplanes and such. And just trying to be. I think it's entertaining. Because I think I'm pretty fucking entertaining. Yes?
I would agree.
Okay.
And you should shut your mouth. I get a rap.
JeanGrae.com is now finally up, and you can go there. And if you haven't heard Cookies or Comas, all you have to do is click on the page, and it can download it for free. And the website's going to be really interesting. Going to have a lot of fun merchandise and everything. It's really soon. And follow me at Jean Grae if you can take it. Don't talk shit.
By your dramedy clowns, don't bother me now. Scram, kid, before I go Manson and your man's dead. Her it's a handsome ransom on his damn head paws. My paws grubby, greasy. Don't drink Riesling or Moscato. That's a dessert bottle. Stashed up in the purse vodka, blasted in the afternoon hostel. Trashed up in the fancy room hostels. You in imposters ruin the movement of the realest motherfuckers that do it. But I'm on a large march. You just